Imagine a single moment so powerful that it changes the entire course of your life. A moment that comes quietly but shakes you to your core. Today I want to share with you the story of Layla, a woman just like many of us, who stumbled upon one simple verse. But that verse wasn't just words on a page. It became a turning point, a beacon of hope, and a source of strength that transformed everything she thought she knew about herself and her future. What if I told you that this transformation isn't just for Layla, but something each of us can experience? That within the ancient wisdom of a few lines lies the key to unlocking resilience, purpose, and true inner peace. Stay with me because this story is more than inspiration, it's an invitation. An invitation to open your mind, challenge your limits, and discover how one moment, one idea can forever change the way you live. By the end of this speech, you'll see why the smallest spark can ignite the greatest change, and why your journey toward growth and fulfillment might just begin with a single step. Let's dive in together. Sometimes life's most profound changes begin with a single, seemingly small moment. It could be a chance encounter, a random piece of advice, or a line from a book that unexpectedly speaks directly to our heart. This moment, brief and often unplanned, can open a door to a new way of thinking and living. The idea that one verse, just a few words, can change someone's entire outlook on life is powerful because it reminds us of how impactful a simple spark can be. In our fast-paced world, we often look for grand gestures or dramatic shifts to transform our lives. We wait for big opportunities, monumental decisions, or major breakthroughs. Yet sometimes all it takes is a tiny nudge, a moment of insight that makes us pause and reconsider everything. That single verse, a few lines of text, can act as a catalyst that awakens something deep within us. It can shift our perspective from despair to hope, from confusion to clarity, from feeling lost to discovering purpose. This moment of awakening is not about immediate results or instant miracles. It's about planting a seed of understanding that when nurtured, grows into meaningful change. It encourages reflection and self-awareness, urging us to look beyond the surface of daily struggles and see the bigger picture. When we experience this kind of moment, it often feels like a quiet revolution inside us, gently reshaping our beliefs, values, and priorities. Furthermore, this small but powerful moment highlights the importance of being open and receptive. If Layla in our story had dismissed that verse as irrelevant or ignored it altogether, her life might have stayed the same, but her willingness to listen, to pause, and truly consider the message allowed that brief moment to blossom into lasting transformation. It reminds us that sometimes the most significant changes come not from external forces, but from our internal readiness to embrace new ideas. In essence, this teaches us that transformation does not always demand grand actions or complex strategies. Instead, it often begins quietly with a single moment of insight, a spark that has the potential to ignite a whole new way of being. That small moment can ripple through every part of our lives, ultimately guiding us toward a more purposeful and fulfilling journey. The Quran is often seen simply as a religious scripture, but its teachings hold universal wisdom that transcends time, culture, and geography. The words within it contain principles and guidance that resonate with people from all walks of life, regardless of their background or beliefs. This universality is what makes it so powerful because it speaks to the common human experience, addressing our deepest questions about purpose, ethics, and the meaning of life. What makes this wisdom timeless is its focus on fundamental values such as justice, compassion, patience, and self-reflection. These are qualities that any society or individual can relate to and aspire toward. When someone like Layla encounters a verse from the Quran, she is not just reading religious text, she is engaging with ideas that have been relevant for centuries and continue to hold meaning in today's complex world. The teachings offer a framework for living that encourages balance between the individual and community, between ambition and humility, and between material success and spiritual well-being. In many ways, the Quran invites readers to look beyond the immediate and surface-level concerns of life and connect with deeper truths that help navigate challenges with wisdom and grace. This can be especially impactful for those who feel lost or overwhelmed, as it offers a source of guidance that is both spiritual and practical. The verses do not only speak to believers, but also to seekers who are searching for meaning and clarity in an uncertain world. Moreover, this universal wisdom helps bridge cultural and religious divides by highlighting shared human values. It reminds us that despite different traditions, many of the core lessons about kindness, integrity, and resilience are common to all people. This is why Layla's story can inspire not just those who follow Islam, but anyone open to learning from diverse sources of knowledge. The timeless nature of these teachings shows how ancient wisdom can remain relevant, offering solutions to modern problems and encouraging a way of life that fosters inner peace and social harmony. The ability of one verse to touch a person's heart and mind demonstrates the profound impact that such universal truths can have when encountered with an open heart. True change begins from within. External circumstances can shift, but lasting transformation happens when there is a deep shift inside a person's heart and mind. It is not just about changing habits or surroundings. It is about altering the way we see ourselves and the world around us. When Layla read that one verse, it sparked an inner transformation, a change in how she thought, felt, and understood her place in life. Inner transformation involves becoming more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. It means questioning old beliefs and opening ourselves to new perspectives. Often we get caught up in routines or external pressures, thinking that success or happiness comes from outside factors, money, status, or approval. But the real power lies in how we process those experiences internally. Changing the inner narrative, our mindset, can shift how we respond to life's challenges and opportunities. This internal change often brings clarity and calmness, even when external situations remain difficult. It helps a person develop resilience, patience, and a sense of purpose. Layla, through that verse, began to see her challenges differently. Instead of being overwhelmed or defeated, she found strength and hope within herself. This change allowed her to approach life with renewed energy and confidence. Moreover, inner transformation connects us to our values and principles. When our inner world aligns with what we truly believe and care about, our actions become more authentic and meaningful. This alignment can inspire courage and motivate us to take positive steps forward, even in the face of uncertainty. The journey of inner transformation is often gradual and requires patience. It's not always dramatic or visible to others, but it profoundly influences how we live each day. It empowers us to break free from negative patterns, fears, or doubts that may have held us back. Instead of reacting automatically, we begin to respond thoughtfully and intentionally. Ultimately, this shift inside creates the foundation for growth, fulfillment, and lasting happiness. It is the quiet revolution within that changes the way we experience ourselves and the world, opening doors to new possibilities and a deeper sense of peace. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and moments of uncertainty that can leave us feeling stuck or overwhelmed. Many people struggle to find the strength to keep moving forward when faced with difficulties. What makes the story of Layla so inspiring is that one verse from the Quran became a source of courage and resilience for her during those hard times. It gave her a new lens through which to view her struggles, not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth and learning. When faced with adversity, it's easy to become discouraged or lose hope, but that verse reminded Layla that hardship is often part of the journey, and within every difficulty lies the potential for transformation. This mindset shift is powerful because it changes how we relate to challenges. Instead of avoiding them or feeling defeated, we begin to see them as necessary steps on the path to becoming stronger and wiser. This perspective also encourages patience and perseverance. Life doesn't always unfold the way we want, and setbacks are natural. But finding strength in those moments can fuel our determination to keep going. The verse acted as a source of inner encouragement for Layla, inspiring her to stay focused and committed to her purpose despite obstacles. Moreover, the verse spoke of hope and trust in a higher wisdom, reminding her that she was not alone in her journey. This feeling of connection to something greater than herself gave her comfort and reassurance. It helped her to surrender fear and anxiety and instead embrace faith in her ability to overcome. This story resonates with many because it shows that true strength often comes not from external achievements, but from how we handle life's difficulties. Resilience is a skill that can be cultivated, and sometimes it begins with a single moment of insight that inspires us to keep moving forward. In the end, Layla's experience teaches us that challenges don't have to break us. With the right mindset and inner resources, they can become stepping stones toward a more meaningful and empowered life. It is through overcoming hardships that we discover our true potential and purpose. The story of Layla is not just about a moment of change, but also about the beginning of a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. Inspiration often comes as a spark, something that awakens curiosity and encourages us to explore new ideas, challenge old beliefs, and step outside our comfort zones. That one verse she read ignited a desire within her to learn more, to seek understanding, and to grow not only spiritually, but in all areas of her life. Growth is a continuous process that requires openness and willingness to change. It means being ready to question assumptions, to face discomfort, and to embrace uncertainty. When Layla experienced the impact of that verse, it was not an endpoint, but a doorway to deeper exploration. She began to see learning as an essential part of her evolution, a path toward becoming a better, more aware version of herself. This process of self-discovery is vital because it helps us connect with our true values and passions. Often we go through life following routines or expectations that don't align with who we really are. But when inspired to grow, we start peeling back layers, uncovering our authentic identity and what truly matters to us. Layla's transformation shows how a single insight can awaken this quest for meaning and authenticity. Moreover, the journey of growth fosters resilience and adaptability. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to learn, evolve, and reinvent ourselves is crucial. Inspiration fuels this flexibility, encouraging us to embrace new challenges rather than fear them. Layla's story reminds us that growth is not always easy, but it is deeply rewarding and necessary for fulfillment. The story also highlights the power of curiosity, an essential trait for anyone seeking progress. Curiosity pushes us to explore beyond what is familiar and comfortable. It encourages asking questions, seeking answers, and being open to different perspectives. Through curiosity, Layla moved from a place of uncertainty to one of confidence and purpose. Ultimately, her experience teaches that inspiration and growth are interconnected. One leads to the other in a continual cycle, propelling us forward on our personal and spiritual journeys. This process enriches our lives and helps us navigate challenges with wisdom and grace. In the end, Layla's story reminds us that life-changing moments often come unexpectedly and can be sparked by something as simple as one verse. It shows us that universal wisdom, inner transformation, resilience, and the willingness to grow are all ingredients for a meaningful life. Each of us has the potential to discover these moments that guide us toward clarity, strength, and purpose, if only we remain open and curious. As you go forward, I wish you the courage to seek those moments of insight in your own life. May you find inspiration in unexpected places, and may that inspiration lead you to a journey of growth and fulfillment. Remember, sometimes the smallest step can lead to the greatest change. Good luck on your path, and thank you all for listening with an open heart.